Alright, good evening friends. So today's date is 1/26/2017. Miss Pickerel is still not got that down. It is 2017. 1/26/2017. Your title is Area and Perimeter, and your learning goal is I can identify the area and perimeter of rectangular shapes when given the length and the width. Pause your video to get that copy down and press play when you're ready to begin again. So we have already talked about perimeter and area some, so this is going to be a little bit of a review for you. But remember that the perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape, which we call those polygons. So the distance around the outside of a shape. Pause your video to get that copied down and press play when you're ready to begin. Alright, so our other term is area, and area is the space that is inside of a shape, or the space that a shape covers. So remember that perimeter is just the distance around the outside, while perimeter is the amount of space inside. Go ahead and pause your video to get that copied down and press play when you're ready to begin again. Alright, so we are going to make two columns, and we're going to have perimeter be on one side and area on the other so that we can compare the two as we look at them. The way that I help myself to remember perimeter and area is that perimeter, remember that the rim of something is the outside, the rim of a glass or a basketball rim. A rim of a glass or a basketball rim do not have anything inside of them. They are just the outside shape. And then for area, I remember rug, like an area rug. Remember that rugs cover the floor. You don't want to have a rug that's just a border, or else you'd have a bunch of space in the middle that wasn't covered. So area is the entire space inside of a shape. So I've drawn that here for you. By showing you that the perimeter goes around the outside of this shape, whereas the area is the inside of this shape. Pause your video to get that copied down, press play when you're ready to begin again. Some ways again to remember perimeter and area. Perimeter is like a basketball rim, perimeter, the shape around the outside. The rim of a glass, which is that edge of a glass, so just the outside of it, not the space inside. Or a fence. Remember, a fence doesn't cover your yard, it just goes around the outside of your yard. So that would be perimeter. Whereas for area, you're going to be talking about rugs or carpets or tablecloths or your bedspread, anything that has to cover an entire area. Alright, now we're going to copy down the formulas. Remember that you can pause your video if you need to and press play when you're ready to begin again. The formulas are what we use to find area or perimeter. We use different ones for both. So, we're going to look at the formulas for perimeter first, and then we'll look at the formulas for area. Okay, so there are two formulas for perimeter. One is, the first formula is side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4 equals the perimeter. So that would be like saying this side plus this side plus this side plus this side would give me my perimeter. When we are doing perimeter of squares or rectangles, we can also use this formula. This formula only works for squares or rectangles. This formula only works for squares or rectangles. This formula says 2 times the length plus 2 times the width will give us our perimeter. And that is because we have two sides that are the same length here, and two sides that are the same length here. So we can say 2 of these sides plus 2 of these sides gives us our perimeter. So again, our formulas for perimeter are side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4 equals perimeter, or 2 times the length plus 2 times the width equals perimeter. Get that copied down and press play when you're ready to begin again. Alright, and there is only one formula for area, and that is length times width equals area. In this shape below, your length is 4 and your width is 2. So you would say 4 times 2 is 8. The area equals 8. Remember that when you're trying to figure out which is the length and which is the width, it doesn't really matter which is which. You know, though, that you need to pick two numbers that intersect with each other. So you can pick this side and do 2 times 8, but you can't do 2 times 2 because they're the same length or the same side. What this is saying here is that this direction is split in 2 pieces, 1, 2, and this direction is split in 4 pieces. And when you count them, you end up with 8 total pieces. That's how we find area. The space inside is worth 8 square blocks. So again, the formula for area is length times width. That is your video for tonight. Pretty easy peasy. We are going to apply these formulas tomorrow in class, so be ready to know which is perimeter and which is area, and the strategies that you can use to solve for them. Good night.